back on the streets, and if there's any video that I would like to promote, or if there's any reason that emphasizes why I'm out there, this would be it. This is a young lady. She's a sophomore in high school who lives in town, seen me several times, but she finally got up the nerve to come over and ask me a few questions. Hallelujah. And she listened, and hopefully I think I gave her some direction and countered some of the propaganda that she's been hearing. But this is what you support. This is exactly why I'm out there. For this one video alone, right here, I need your support. This is what I need. I need to expand this. I need to get to the point where I can do programs that attract more people, like younger people that are inquisitive, that would come out here and ask questions and engage in some dialogue. This is exactly what we need. So this is the support I'm asking for. This is what I need. I need to expand on this. I don't want to keep on harping on on this. I don't want to take up too much time of it, but I need your help. So please spread these videos. If you like them, hit the like button. If you care, you want to share them. And of course, support me. Subscribe if you haven't already. And subscribe again, because they keep on censoring us. The censoring is in full bore. So we need that to go ahead and be in a focal point of what you're doing, is to go ahead and share the videos and subscribe and subscribe. And of course, Christmas is coming up. I financially desperately need your help. I mean, I need patrons. I need whatever you can contribute. But to spread the message, which is the most important thing, is to get my designs. Go ahead and get my designs in apparel, or your cell phone cover, or and spark conversations like this one. So people can ask you, when they see the design, what do you mean by that? What? And you can start the dialogue. Because that's the only way we're going to break this. It's the only way we're going to break through the propaganda that is overwhelmingly against us. So it's a one-on-one thing, baby. It's a one-on-one thing. We win the big battles and the little battles, and these are the little battles we need to win to get to the big battles. So please help me out there. So let's get to it. I don't want to eat, because this is a fairly long video, but it is a good one. It goes by pretty quickly. So here we go. God bless every one of you that are supporting me. My prayers, all of you, and my prayers for this country and Trump and to defeat the powers that be that are trying to tear us down. Thank you very much. Whenever we're reaching a pinnacle, I mean, hell, just read the Bible, it'll tell you. Where are you from?
I'm from here.
So what do you do in town?
I'm just a high school student.
Oh, you're still in high school? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Great. Yeah. You're a senior?
I'm a sophomore, actually. You're
a sophomore?
Yeah.
Well, you're quite mature for
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
A young lady.
Yeah, thank you.
So what are your thoughts on what I'm doing?
I mean, I will say I think you have balls coming out here, which I admire, because I feel like a lot of people would be pissed off seeing...
Why?
Just, I mean, we're very divided right now. I think a lot of people have different views from what...
I'm willing to talk.
Yeah?
That's why I'm out here. Why would it?
Is that okay?
I mean, obviously, we don't get along if we don't understand one another.
Yeah. So
if you have contention with anything I'm displaying or showing, well, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm willing to listen. I'm not, I've formed my opinion. I mean, I started out a Northeastern liberal hippie. I was in San Francisco during the late 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
It's the early 70s. I was, bust out anti-war hippie liberal. Well, now I'm this.
What changed, if I can ask? What changed your opinion?
Well, I'm not so much about I change, they change. I mean, when I was part of the original free speech movement.
free speech was important. You can say whatever you want to say, and, you know, we can hash it out. And if your idea is better than my ideas, you win. Well, now, in Berkeley, they're stopping free speech. They're stopping people from speaking because they don't like their ideas. That is the exact opposite of what I fought for. It's the exact opposite of what the First Amendment says. Now they use phrases like hate speech. That is undefinable.
You think so?
It's undefinable. How do you? What's hate speech to one person might be funny to another. I mean, comedians are afraid. That's why I say comedians won't do college anymore because they're getting, you know, they're afraid for their own lives.
I mean, do you think in some cases that's a bad thing? I mean, if they're outly stating their opinions for a certain group and it's like a derogatory opinion.
Then beat them with your ideas.
Okay.
Don't censor them. I mean, the answer to bad speech is more speech. If their ideas are so bad, then have them voiced and counter them.
Okay.
But don't censor them. All you're doing then is giving them credence, because then most people are going to go, well, I want to listen to him. What are they censoring him for? And then, of course, that is exactly what tyranny is. Anytime you don't have an idea, you censor. So you live in a tyrannical government. They don't allow you to come out and do this.
Yeah. That's true. I agree with that.
So, you know, now that the left is going out of their way to censor people on the right, I have to identify with the people who are being persecuted.
Do you think some of the things that they're saying should be censored, or
No.
should be at least spoken down?
No. The only thing that should be, which is already prescribed under law, against the law, is if you yell fire in a theater. That might cause physical harm to somebody.
Sure.
If you slander somebody, that would defame them and make them lose income in any way. Disparage their reputation, where, you know, they would lose money. That is already against the law.
Right.
Your feelings don't mean bullcrap. So if someone offends you, walk away. I mean, you know, shoot them the birds. It's screw you too. I mean, the thing is, where do you draw that line? But, you know, what's hate speech?
Well, are you asking what I think hate speech, for example, the white right rallies up in D.C. where a lot of KKK members are attending and speaking their views, and obviously we all know what the KKK stands for. I feel like them expressing their hateful views against blacks in particular, I think that's hate speech.
One, they got the perfect First Amendment right to do that.
And sure, I'm not saying they shouldn't be able to, I just say I consider that hate speech.
They are such a small percentage of this society that it amounts to a flea fart on the back of a dog. Even giving them attention isn't hardly even worth it. But the left gives them attention and blows them out of proportion. Why? Because this is social Marxism that we're talking about now. When your ideas fail, you bring up identity politics. You get people fighting against one another because they're black or they're white or they're yellow or they're brown. So, you know, and you make the white guy the bad guy. Because, my God, he's been in charge for all this time. But he's also the same guy that made the greatest society that has ever been on this planet, that pulled more people out of poverty than any other system has ever done. And we do allow, because you can't, look, I grew up in an era when there was real suppression. I was in those protests to give people the right to vote, and to people the right to, you know, drink out of whatever fountain they wanted to. Well, we won. You don't see anybody being forced to sit at the back of a bus or be refused a job because of their color of the skin these days.
No, but there is still racial injustice. I mean, can we...
So what are you going to do? You can't stamp it all. You can't go around and go to every little thing. You can't become a social justice. You can't do that. That's total control. There's going to be different people. Now, what you will do, as the good person you are, if someone's spouting racial crap, you can get the hell away from this jerk. You're going to avoid them, and that's how you defeat them. You ignore them.
I think that they can't be ignored, because if we ignore them, they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
So what? Let them do it in the closet that they're in. Who cares?
The people that are being oppressed care.
What people are being oppressed? They're not in charge of anything. You don't have the KKK in charge of anything. You don't have these neo-Nazis in charge of anything.
But their effects are still being felt by the people that are oppressed.
Where? Well, then that's their feelings. Screw it. Listen, I speak to black people out here all the time. Don't give two shakes of a damn about them or anybody else. They're doing their own job. They're living their life. They're working their life, and that one-on-one, when people are treated, they treat back. If people want to treat, if there's a group over there that are treating people like with discrimination, let's say there's a store right over here, and they got a sign up that says, "No blacks allowed." Okay, I'm going to that store. I get a right to choose where I want to spend my money. If those idiots want to go ahead and lose that income, because there's going to be a lot of whites just like me that say, I don't want to be associated with them. But I want to get along with people. And we do in this city, because you're from here. The blacks and whites, we've been living together for so long. It's like, we get along.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, where's this institutional racism that, again, it's all made up. Why? They need to control the people. They need to put us in little boxes. They need a Republican over here and they need a Democrat over there. And they need the Democrat to be pointing out the Republican going, "Yeah, you're racial." And we need the Republican pointing out the Democrat going, "And you're a lazy welfare recipient." And they need that to take the attention away from who's really ruling things. Because the real people that are ruling things, you're not even hearing about. You're not going to hear about them in the news. They don't exist in the news. Why? 90% of everything we hear, read, and see is owned by 6 major corporations. Those 6 major corporations are owned by one bank. Now, how much diversity in news do you think we get then? Who pays for their commercials? And now, even Fox News, let's say, right, okay. Fox News, half their commercials are pharmaceutical companies. So if a poison vaccine comes out and kills 50,000 people, which has happened, do you hear them talking about it? Do you hear them talking about the chemtrails in the sky, or the truth about 9/11?
The truth about 9/11?
Oh, sure.
What do you...
Sure.
Think George Bush did it?
George Bush was a cog in the wheel. He was just a bit player. As again, when I'm talking about, if you really want to find out who's ruling things, there's a great book I want you to read. You're recording this, I want you to read it. You ready? It's called The Killing of Uncle Sam. It goes right to the heart of who the true rulers of this country are. The Euro-American cabal of uber wealthy bankers and conglomerates that own the message and are pitting us against one another.
That I agree with.
Yeah. Because they know what's coming. And here's where I'm going to scare you here, and this is going to, all right, I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty of it. The truth of this, this is biblical, it's in the Bible, it's in every prophecy, it's in every, we can go through even, it's just basic demographics if we want to get to it. The elites have only kept us around this long because they needed slave labor. Always just give enough to live on, Not enough to protest, just enough to live on. Well, the fact of the matter is they don't need slave labor anymore because they got AI, robotic technology coming in to take over all the jobs. In 10 years, 50% of the jobs that you see right now will be gone. Taken over. So what do we do with all these, what Henry Kissinger called out-of-work food eaters? what they've done to us in the past, they're going to kill us.
Oh shoot, sorry. I want to continue this, I promise. My friend is calling.
What is your name?
I'm Caroline.
The pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
My name is Michael. Badass, like I said. But I'm very happy to talk to you and that you're inquisitive. And I would like you to look up this information. Look up the Bilderberg Group, just like it sounds. B-I-L-D-E-R-G. Bilderberg.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
These are the true rulers. You want to read The Killing of Uncle Sam. It's going to give you a in-depth, definitive idea of who the real rulers are, what to expect that's going to come. Because it's called Agenda 21 and Agenda 2030. They want to destroy Western civilization to bring in a one world government. Now, how are they going to do this? Cloward and Piven.
Here she is again. I do apologize. That's fine. I'm gonna walk over in a couple minutes, so just you can. You know where that Uncle Sam guy is by the French Market? Okay, yeah. So come to the French Market. There's a guy, you can't miss him. He's in an American suit and everything, and he's got. Yeah, I'm talking to this. He's a nice guy, actually. I'm talking to him. So I'm over here. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm not an ogre. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
No, I was a little nervous, but like I just saw some of your stuff, and I was curious as to how much of it you actually like believed, and how much of it was actually out here just to.
No, this is my work. I believe every point of it. I mean, yeah. Well, you know, again, we get to the aspect of at what point do we have to start reining in our humor? You know, and I do, and I will admit this. If anybody wants to contribute to the Bulletproof, that's fine. It's always appreciated. I do admit that I do use somewhat of a shock effect to get people's attention.
Sure.
I'm not doing flower pots of fleur-de-lis, and we're at a point where we need to be talking. You know, we need to have this communication.
Yeah.
So it's a attention grabber in a lot of ways. But they don't need us anymore. Now, there are a couple of ways they want us to willingly go ahead and walk into the ovens ourselves. Right. One is sustainability. Global warming. Ooh.
You don't believe in it?
Well, we can see both of it.
If I may.
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2.
In 1971, I helped start the Institute for Environmental Alternatives with Professor Ron Cohn. I have forgotten more about the environment than most people know. The question, of course, would be this. CO2 is a big boogeyman, right? Ooh, big boogeyman. All right. How much CO2 makes up the atmosphere at this given time?
20.
It's a trace element, less than half of 1%, 0.04%. So it's again, a flea fart on the back of the dog. All right, so why is it? Because here's the deal. We've had a lot more carbon dioxide in the past, even before engines, even before man. Back in the Jurassic Park, I think it was up to like 0.08. It was double or even higher.
So it's lower?
Oh, much lower. Much lower. Much, much lower. It takes, in order for us to die from it, it has to get up to 20%. 70% you start getting woozy, 20% you die. It's a great way to die, actually. I mean, if you go to fall asleep, you like the cherry, you know.
Yeah.
But in other words, it's a very small thing. And here's the deal. It's a reciprocal gas. As we breathe it out, they breathe it in.
Sure.
They love it.
Yeah.
So the more CO2, the more plants, the more food, we thrive. Well, they don't want us to thrive anymore. As again, AI, robotic technology are taking all the jobs. They don't need us. They want us dead. So they're getting us to willingly starve ourselves. In other words, and here they're making CO2 the boogeyman. And here's the deal. Okay, what is the optimum level then? What's the optimum level? But again, they never tell you these things. They don't tell you what the amount of it is. They don't want you to know because it's so small. You're going to go, what am I worried about it for? Plus, the plants breathe it in, so it's reciprocal.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to go like, you know, right? So what are we worried about here? The reason is because we actually produce it. It's the one gas in the atmosphere that we produce through our living and breathe out. And they can make us the enemy. We become the enemy. And all of a sudden you got a bunch of leftists going, people are cancer to the earth. Look what they do. Oh, we need to die. We need to depopulate the... They get us to willingly go ahead and kill ourselves.
How so?
Because they don't need us. Because, again, if we reduce the amount of carbon, we get less plants. If we get less plants, we get less food. Plus, a great deal of how we grow the massive amount of foods we do right now is because of carbon machines. We didn't have the tractors and the things that are out there to make these huge harvests. We'd die. We'd starve to death.
Right.
So, to go to a solar panel, how are you going to get a solar panel to go out there in these large fields and, and take all the, dig up the earth and plant the, you can't get, we're going to starve. So, it's willingly to get us to kill ourselves in the guise of sustainability. Hey, you guys, you ought to listen to this one. I'm so glad that you know her, because she is very intelligent. She's very good.
Yeah,
so you catch my drift here? It's a ruse to go ahead and to us to willingly, it's like the Nazis did when they, put the guys out in front of the concentration camps, they're playing the songs and having a big little layout of food there. Come on in. Oh yeah, we'll get here. Just come over here. You guys go over here, take off your clothes, go into the showers. Yeah, go ahead, go in the shower.
So you think what's happening in concentration camps is comparable to what's happening with global warming? I
think that they're willing, because there are the futurists like Ray Kurzweil and like Huxley read Brave New World. It's exactly what we're talking about, where he says people will learn to love their servitude. So it's the idea of destroying. Now it's called Cloud and Pivot. How do they want to get rid of Western civilization and bring everybody down to the same common denominator? So they approached these two professors, political scientists in the 60s, and said, if you were going to bring down Western civilizations, how would you do it? Well, you can't do it through war because it gets real messy and you don't really know the outcome. So they said, this is how you do it. You corrupt some politicians and you start brush fire wars all over the place. And you keep these wars going. They're not there to be won. They're there to be fought. 1984, these wars are not there to be won. They're there to be fought, to keep them going. And you create a lot of refugees, kill a lot of people, create a lot of enemies. You play on the guilt of the host country, the ones that started the wars. Oh, God, look, we went into Iraq, WMDs don't exist. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, geez, okay, come on over here. So after you've been killing their families for a couple of generations, you open up the doors to your country, to them, allow them to come in, overwhelm the welfare system, and crash the countries from the inside economically. Then you have the sleeper cells already in place to create social chaos. Then we come in as the saviors. Martial law, tanks in the street, everybody line up, we'll take care of you. You go right in here into the FEMA camp. Roll up your sleeve first. We don't want anybody to get sick. And in 5 months you'll be dead. It is called Agenda 21. Cloward and Piven is the name of that program. So it's Cloward and Piven program, Agenda 21, through the UN to form a one world government in order to reduce the population of the world to a sustainable level. And you and I are not in this club. They do not want us in it. And we have to stop them from doing that.
Where are you getting this theory?
I already gave you the books. They wrote about it. You can read. They write and brag about this. It's called projection. A lot of the things you see in the movies and a lot of TV shows about futuristic, what's going to happen, that is them. That is not, you know, when you look at, like, for instance, the Manchurian Candidate. You ever heard about that? Manchurian Candidate is real. It was a mind control program where they would take soldiers and just strip their minds. I mean, just LSD, put them in, you know, deprivation things, and just strip their minds down to infant level, and then try to build them back as a soldier, as a perfect soldier. Okay? Well, of course they do. They can do this. They got, you know, so that's why you'd hear there were, like, you know, was at one time it was 40 guys got phone calls all on the same day, and all on the same day killed their families. So they, you know, they give the buzzwords, and it's like there.
Yeah.
So they create these soldiers. We got mind control programs all over the place, but so when you see these movies or these, you know, these TV shows about the future, this is what could happen. Oh, this is sci-fi. It's not sci-fi. It's real. This is the stuff we're projecting for the future. The Terminator is real. You understand? They're going to create, one of these days, they're going to create a robot that's going to go.
Oh, Caroline, my mom's here. We need them.
You know.
Okay. All right.
You know, they're going to create a robot that's going to go, what do we need them
You're
for?
going with us, right?
Yeah. Okay. I guess I will go. So.
Okay. It's a pleasure, Caroline.
Good talking to you.
All right, guys. Yeah, you got a get out of jail free card from Hillary Clinton?
Oh.
Here. Go check out some of my other conversations. You're definitely going to be on my YouTube channel.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You know.
Thank you.
So.
I wish I would have known. I looked terrible. But...
Oh, your mind is brilliant. That's what flashes.
Oh,
all right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Go look up some of the stuff I said there, okay?
Okay. See you.
All right.